She said it while slicing strawberries, like it was nothing. "I'm engaged," she said. The knife didn't pause. "To someone else." I looked up from my coffee. Her voice was calm, too calm. The kind people use when they've practiced the words in front of a mirror. "We've been seeing each other for months," she added, as if the confession were a formality. Then she smiled, a small, rehearsed smile that said she'd already won something I didn't know I was competing for. I remember my own voice sounding distant. "Congratulations to you both." She blinked. That wasn't the reaction she wanted. "Don't be dramatic," she said. "You'll adjust." Adjust? To betrayal? To living with a stranger who just declared love for another man inside my kitchen? I didn't argue. I just finished my coffee. Slowly. Silently. By evening, she was gone, escorted out by 2 police officers who didn't ask questions. The house was quiet again, a kind of peace that felt surgical, sterile, deliberate. The air still carried her perfume, sharp, artificial, clinging to the walls like deceit. I stood in the doorway of what used to be our bedroom. The sheets were half torn from the bed, drawers left ajar. The absence of her chaos felt heavier than her presence. I changed every lock, every code, every password, not because I was angry, because I wanted to erase every access point to my peace. Then I sat down, opened my laptop. She'd forgotten something. Her email still logged in. The first message was from him, her fiancé. The subject line, "Our plan for Saturday." I clicked it. It wasn't a love letter. It was an agreement. He'd been helping her siphon money from the joint account. Incremental transfers over 6 months masked as mortgage adjustments. Small amounts, easy to overlook. I felt something inside me click. Not rage, not pain, just calculation. I printed everything. Bank statements, screenshots, copies. Then I called a friend, a detective in financial crimes. I didn't explain much, just sent the files. He called back an hour later. "You realize this qualifies as felony theft?" I did, but I didn't tell him what I really wanted. Not justice, not punishment. I wanted clarity, the kind that strips away the illusion of love. The next morning, I woke to the sound of a car pulling into the driveway, a silver sedan. He stepped out, her fiancé. You could always tell when a man thinks he's in control. His steps too confident, his jaw too tight. He rang the doorbell twice, then banged on the door. I opened it halfway. "She told me you locked her out," he said. "I did. She lives here." "Not anymore." He tried to push his way in. Didn't we get 2 steps before he froze, eyes darting toward the red recording light of the camera above the entryway. "Leave," I said. His tone shifted. "She said you'd be difficult, that you'd try to keep her things. But I'll have you know." I handed him an envelope. He frowned. "What's this?" "Evidence," I said. "Evidence of what?" "Your mistake." He opened it, his face drained. Every transaction, every message, every plan, they were all there, in black and white. "I sent copies to the bank and the police," I said. "I also sent one to her employer. They tend to dislike financial conspiracies." He looked up, panicked. "Are you insane?" "No," I said, "just thorough." He stammered something about misunderstanding, but his voice broke halfway. Then he turned and left, fast. That night she called. I let it ring once before answering. "You ruined everything," she hissed. "No," I said quietly. "You did. You can't do this." "I didn't. The law did." There was silence, then the sound of her breath catching. "They're investigating me," she whispered. "They froze my account. They took my car." I didn't respond. "Say something," she screamed. I looked out the window. The same driveway where she'd once stood, smiling, promising a future. "I did," I said. "I said congratulations." Then I hung up. 2 days later, she showed up anyway, banged on the door until her knuckles turned red. The police arrived before I opened it. Same officers, same silence. She tried to talk to them, plead, accuse, but the body cam caught everything. her shouting, her trespassing, her panic. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I didn't. Revenge didn't need a courtroom. It had already been served. They escorted her away, again. This time, she didn't look back. Weeks passed. Her fiancé vanished first, fled the state apparently. She followed shortly after, stripped of assets, reputation, and whatever illusion of control she once held. The house was quiet again, utterly, beautifully quiet. Sometimes I still find her things, a hairbrush in a drawer, a photo tucked behind a book. I don't throw them away. They remind me of what happens when you let rot pretend to be love. I used to think betrayal was fire, loud, destructive, consuming. But it's not. It's water, silent, patient, seeping into everything until the structure collapses on its own. Months later, I got another message from an unknown number. You destroyed me. I stared at it for a long time, then typed back, no, you built yourself that way. I never heard from her again. Now, every morning, I sit where she once stood. The same kitchen, same sunlight, same silence. And when I pour my coffee, I still hear her voice sometimes, that calm, mechanical tone. I'm engaged to someone else. And I smile, because I know how the story ends. She left to build a new life. I stayed to build peace. And between the two, peace is the only thing that lasts.